Hi and welcome to DJ and BJJ with me, Irish Mike, and my co-host.
Ken.
I nearly forgot to say I'm my co-host there.
Oh well, it's pretty much the you show these days anyway, isn't it?
It's Crackhead summer. You know, last year they were all saying it's hot girl summer. It's fucking Crackhead summer now. It's a lovely Tuesday evening. It's 24 degrees at 6 o'clock and there is crackheads everywhere. There's crackheads on the bus, there's crackheads in the street, there's crackheads in the fucking shop, fucking doorways. They're fucking everywhere, man. The weather brings them out. Like.
I think that says more about my neighbourhood than it does about...
I'm on about. I went. In fairness, I did go from Whitley to here, so like.
Travelling through the nicest parts of Reading for sure, bruv. But yeah, been a while, man. Been another month.
It's good to be back.
Solid 1 month so far this year.
Yeah, we hadn't rolled. We hadn't rolled in about fucking 5-6 weeks until fucking Sunday.
No, I've been avoiding you. Can't handle the injuries, man.
Well, in fairness, like it's a good shout because I was injuring people left, right, and centre for like about 4 or 5 weeks previous. So you probably dodged a bullet not seeing me.
Especially with the lack of frequency that we've been recording, it's like every time we record, you've got a new training partner that you've injured.
I'm just seeing people come back to the mat like after their injuries. Like a couple of lads are poked in the eye, and fucking poor old Sam I poked him in the eye, and a proper good one as well. Like, and fucking.
That's not a real injury though, hey.
Yeah, I don't know, but if you're blurry, if it's still blurry the next day, it's kind of worrisome.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't realise that was the situation. I thought you were just talking about an accidental little.
But it's all accidental, yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
But injuries aside, anyway, how's your training been going?
Been alright, man. Been alright. Six days a week's a bit. I think I was saying this last time. Since we've had an extra morning class added, I generally do like one weekend day, then the 5 mornings, and. As someone who's approaching 40, that it's definitely taking a toll on my body. Yeah. I'm not sure if if actually doing less classes but being able to be more physically present for them would be a better strategy. But I just enjoy going there every morning as well. I don't know, like I've talked about it a million times, but we do the flow yoga warm up and then we do a flow roll, do some technique and do some rounds.
I like that.
It's just such a good way to start the day because otherwise, even when last week I'll get into it in a bit, but I had to take a bit of time off last week, and just the mornings I end up killing an hour of time just on my phone, scrolling absolute bollocks, doing nothing constructive. And it's like even like today I wasn't going to roll. I ended up grabbing a couple of rounds just because it was at odd numbers, and it made it easier for the timer just for me to jump in when somebody left. But they were light as fuck rounds. So yeah, even if I don't roll, I think going in and just being on the mats and chatting to the guys, and especially when the weather's like this, it's a nice sunny morning, get to watch the sunrise out the big windows, and
it's very good,
yeah, just chill out. But how about you, man?
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. I wasn't for a little period, like of a couple of weeks. I was like, I went through, as I say, the ups and downs, and I was just
sick of it.
No, it wasn't even sick of it. I just wasn't enjoying the role, and I felt like I'd plateaued or something like, and it wasn't even that much fun. And I think like I rolled with people and I probably ruined their roles because I didn't really give a shit. Do you know that kind of way? Do you know like when you were trying to roll with someone, it wasn't even like stalling. It's just like fucking just bad fucking roll. I was a bad training partner, like, and.
But you were just stalling people out because you couldn't be fucked.
Not even that. Like it just wasn't even. I wasn't giving someone a good round, like to say, like I mean, I probably rolled with a couple of people. Said I'm not going to roll with him next week. Fuck that, like, and because I just didn't care. I showed up, and sparring is my favourite part, like, and I just meh, you know what I mean?
I definitely get that with burnout a bit. Like when I've been training too much, I have that like where the whole thing just feels an effort. And if this feels like an effort, it's probably a good idea to take a bit of time off.
Yeah. I had an away day then. We went down to Impact, and I actually done like better than I normally do.
What was that for? Was that like an open mat or?
Yeah, it was an open mat, one of the open mats, and Jimmy was going back to Daisy Fresh. So it was the last open mat that he was going to organise, we'll say. And
it was a little send-off for him.
Yeah, and I think it was some girl's birthday, so there was supposed to be a women's open mat on beforehand, but they both kind of ran concurrently. So it was a busy mat, like, and it was good crack, and same as usual, a few beers after in the place next door, and away Bobby and Lucas came down. Lucas had his nose pierced.
Oh, it was the...
Shout out to the stud nose.
That's over
black
now.
belt.
Did you see that today? It fell out while he was on a run. That was
thank God.
Short little arc for him, but
he got his emo arc back.
Yeah, briefly.
Yeah. But no, it did suit him to be fair. But yeah, you can't be fucking.
Face
You can't be putting studs in your nose at 30 years of age.
I don't have any issue with you having studs in your nose or eyebrows or whatever, wherever you want to stick a stud, wherever you put it. But I just don't think it.
I used to.
I don't think it goes with grappling very well. Like I told you boys, like I used to.
I was going to ask your opinion on that. Like
I used to have a couple of
I had an eyebrow piercing
when I boxed as well, but like you just have to keep taking it out every time, and you know, like he learnt that. Like he came out of one training session and getting it back in was such a nightmare because it.
But that was the day before he did it as well.
Day before,
like the day after he just done it as well. So
yeah. But either way, that's what I mean. You're going to have to keep taking it in and out. Like, you shouldn't really be rolling with it in
if you're going to be doing that.
Yeah, you're going to end up catching it, or it's going to end up getting infected, and
or
it's just
catching someone else even by accident.
Yeah, like
you know?
None of the eventuality.
There's nothing good can happen.
Nothing good comes of it. Like other than a slight, like +2 style points, maybe depending on which crowd you're in. I know you're looking away skeptically. I know that not within your crowd, mate.
Not within my crowd. No, I used to have an eyebrow piercing. It was like kind of back like when I was in my 20s, and I think at the time, like driving a Honda Civic, having an eyebrow piercing and being working in construction was kind of like a genre of person. You know what I mean? You're probably dickhead, I don't know, but, you know. And I fit into that, like, but
still do.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I suppose I fit into a certain genre. Yeah, dickhead. Yeah, is that what you mean? Yeah, nobody's disagreeing. They're all listening down the phone. They went, "Yeah, call that one right, Ken," or down the phone, down the fucking speaker. But yeah, you had a nice away day. Speaking of away day.
Yeah, so that's where we left it, wasn't it? It was just before. It was the week before I went to Madeira. We recorded. So yeah, that was a really cool away day. Very obviously I've had two exotic ones this year. I had Morocco and then on to Madeira.
Your video of it is very good as well. People should check it out if they're looking at the Instagram page.
Did it on yours collaboration with the DJ one as well. So yeah, that's on that page. So yeah, you get a little bit of a feel of it from the video. But like the gym itself was in a side room. The matted area was in a side room of this place called Big Body Gym, which, like the name it was what you expected of a gym called Big Body Gym.
Spitting sawdust, quite
Arnie pumping iron
Class.
Sort of era. I get there in time for the class, and there's like 3 massive fellas, definitely, well, probably a little bit saucy. And I was trying to ask them, like they spoke barely any English, and my Portuguese is minimal. Trying to ask them about jiu-jitsu, and they were like, "Oh yeah." Then they pointed, and through like from where the reception was, there was like a kind of like a trophy cabinet that was glass on both sides, and you could see through to the other side. That was the mat area, and it was like, they had like a load of taekwondo medals and a load of jiu-jitsu stuff up, so it's like a shared martial arts space, which was really cool. And then the fellow that turned up first from the actual jiu-jitsu club, who wasn't a coach, but he was a black belt, started training in London in 2020. No, sorry, in 2000. Yeah. So he's been doing jiu-jitsu like 25 years, right? So he's one of the OGs. Like he remembered like from Rogers back in the day, like when Dom was younger, and he remembered Tommy as well. Like
does everyone know Dom?
Dom used to train with.
We can't not go anywhere like that. It's someone that hasn't trained around London that era, and everyone knows Dom.
That's anyone that's trained at Rogers in that era kind of knows each other. He didn't remember Dom particularly well because he'd have been like the generation before Dom started even, which is showing you how like old school this geezer is. But he remembered like a lot of the people that like Dom's mentioned, and the people that have come down for the gradings and stuff. When I started mentioning names, he was like, "Oh yeah, I do know them." Like,
they probably have little cliques in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu or in Rogers Place, don't they? Of like all the people that came through at certain times.
But he'd moved over to Madeira a couple of years ago. Moved his family over there just for a change of lifestyle.
That's class.
Oh mate, honestly, like Jiu-Jitsu aside, it's one of my favourite places I've been. It's absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, it's got all the best bits of Lisbon, like, and all the best bits of Portuguese culture, with none of the stuff that made Lisbon feel a little bit. I don't know. I really enjoyed Lisbon as well, but Lisbon is a big city, right? So it's more crowded, more touristic, more more dirty. There's other things going on where.
You're saying this is more rural, more cultural kind of feel in Madeira.
Just really chilled out. It was just more chilled out and more like bit cheaper. Bit cheaper, bit less touristic. Although we were there at a different time of season. You probably go in the middle of summer and it's going to be super high season. But beautiful island, great food, great people. Back to the
make a savage cake as well.
Yeah, the cake's actually nothing to do with. It's a Madeira wine. Madeira wine, the cake was made to go with Madeira wine is actually from Madeira, and that became really popular with the aristocratic Brits, and they'd eat the cake with it. So the name Madeira cake actually comes from the cake that was eaten with.
So
the
where was that
Madeira
fucking
wine.
made then? Just
Madeira
normal
wine.
sponge cake.
It's just like a lardy cake, yeah, like
lovely,
a heavy sponge cake. Yeah, I'm a fan.
I used to eat loads of it when I was like as a kid, like in my 20s and stuff. Like I'd just go and buy one at lunch.
Just eat a whole Madeira cake.
Yeah, fuck me, man. They're lovely. That a Madeira cake and a nice strong cup of tea, man. You can't beat it. Sorry. Anyway, just reminiscing about Madeira cake.
To be fair, the only reason I know that is because while I was over there, I was like, "Where is the Madeira cake?" And then like. One of my mates who...
so it's not just me. Thank God I was starting to think I was a fucking idiot.
One of the lads who I met while I was backpacking through Brazil, he lives over there now, and he does tour guides and stuff. So like me and the missus met up with him, did one of his tours, and showed us around the city. Then went out for a few drinks and some lunch with him, and he gave us some tips and some chats. Had some good chats. So that was a cool little rendezvous. But yeah, back to the jiu-jitsu. So this Neville fella who was from London turned up. And that was a godsend really, because the coach, who had phenomenal jiu-jitsu as well, Fabiano Silva, the coach didn't turn up till about halfway through the warm-up.
Pure Lucas North show up
but he was like some 5 or 6 stripe black belt. So obviously been doing jiu-jitsu a hot minute. He's from Brazil, but did not speak a lick of English. Like not even like a
hello.
We didn't even have that exchange. It was purely me trying to listen out for the few words I understood in Portuguese, and then like be like, oh, this or eso. When he was showing, because he'd show a technique, like he'd demonstrate it for the class, and then when we would put into our pairs, like he'd come and try and give me, because I'd obviously not taken all, I'd be watching.
Yeah.
It was like back when I was backpacking, right? But like now I know jiu-jitsu a little bit better, so I'd be watching, and then he'd come over and like. Sometimes he'd be like, no, come here, and he'd show me the technique on me, and you'd see all the...
Do you know what? There's something cool about going to a place where you don't speak the language, and you learn in that way. Cause like,
I adore it, but having the Neville fella there just to break the ice, when you know, like someone to show you the changing room, go through, that was great. He was super friendly. So yeah, we did like the standard sort of warm-up, probably a bit more than I expected while I was on holiday, to be honest. It was like, kind of different sorts of exercises, bit of running to get yourself warmed up, and then different sorts of exercises like sprawls and stuff like that, different types of sprawls and break falls. Felt more judo-y, like the warm-up, than some of the jiu-jitsu ones I've done. They were all different sorts of break falls and stuff, and then we went into a big chunk of technique. It was like the class ran for about 2 hours, right?
Yeah. Like, do you find that with some of the like proper Brazilian places, when you see an open mat and things like that, or even a class that lasts 2 hours, they spend like about 30 minutes doing warm-ups?
Yeah, you do a bit longer, because by the time we didn't probably...
And it's always in the hotter countries as well.
Yeah.
What the fuck that's about?
Yeah, so we were quite lucky when we were in Madeira. It was like, in the days it was only like 21, and this room that we were in for the... Like I said, it's probably about 60 square metre room, like narrow and long, like matted all the way from end to end. So you like took your shoes off before you went down these little stairs, put your shoes on the side, and then you had this long blue room that was all matted. But it had a few fans in it, so it wasn't too hot, but... When you've been on beers and stuff the day before, it takes a bit of a toll, don't you? When you, especially like I say, I got used to the yoga warm ups and a flow roll, and then somebody's got me doing like shot walk, like wrestling style shot walks the whole length of the.
That's a fair point actually, because like you haven't done fucking proper warm ups for like a year. Like, and when I say proper warm ups, I mean like fucking swing around, everything. I mean, I only call it proper warm ups because I'm just used to it. I
didn't miss it. Like that.
I tell you know.
Because of Madeira, I've had my fill for the year now. I think I can go back to doing non-proper warm-ups for the remainder of the year.
I'll be honest with you, man. I'm fucking. It's just a real chore now at the minute for me. And you know what? I do like going to different gyms sometimes, and like especially the kind of Carlson's kind of way where it's
strange technique.
Yeah, if it's up to you to get there a little bit earlier and warm
yourself up. If you want to be warm,
you see all the guys there on the mats warming themselves up before they go there, you know. And when the coach comes, they'll fucking. You know, although saying that, the last one I was at, they actually warmed us up.
To be fair, like, I mean, obviously I see it both ways, especially if your gym's got a big...
You were saying after the injury, remember we had the conversation when you had the injury, and you were saying you could see now while...
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you've got a big group of beginners, right, like people that aren't used to moving their body in that way...
Tire them out.
Well, I just think, like... if you haven't got your heart rate up and your joints kind of limbered up, like, you know, a bit of blood flow and, you know, get everything moving, you are going to injure yourself, especially, and the chances of you doing that when you're less experienced are even higher, because you're going to zig when you should zag, and like something's going to get pulled in a weird way, and something that if you were warm might just be a little bit of like a tweak.
To be fair, it's just me being salty because I'm unfit and I don't like doing extra movements.
Oh, bruv, like you'll never convince me that, you know, in an hour jiu-jitsu class you should spend 10-15 minutes warming up. Like I agree with what you said originally completely. Like I feel the impetus should be on you to warm yourself up, and then you use the full scheduled class for teaching skills. But
if you play the devil's advocate, then like you could see why a coach would want to make people warm themselves up, because there's people like me that'll turn up and just go, "Oh, fuck it,
I'm going straight into technique," and then keep getting injured. Yeah. Mate, like I say, I think it's like I'm talking about in an ideal world where like everybody can, like, you know, doesn't have real lives and jobs and shit, and can just like rock up whenever they want. But that was the thing with this as well. It was I think on the timetable it was like an hour and 50-minute class, but like everyone started turning up bang on when the class was going to start, whereas like our spot, everyone turns up 10 minutes before and class starts bang on the time, right? So
yeah, but there's no bullshit in our gym. Like it's a kind of, I won't say military run, but it's like it's run correctly. Yeah.
Well, I mean it's different styles, isn't it?
No, but I don't mean that as a shade on anyone else as well, just in case, like, because I know we're friends with different clubs, and there's like black belts from those clubs listening, and they all have their own way of teaching. It's not a thing. It's just like everything is supposed to be done a certain way, right? And you think like if it's regimented a bit, it gives everyone an idea of exactly what's happening, as opposed to just turning in a little bit later or whatever. Which, don't get me wrong, as I said, I just want to go straight into sparring. Yeah. Like I'll do 2 hours of sparring every fucking day. What's that? I know we're going way off topic now, but
no, it's all good.
This tangent. But do you remember your man that was, what was that different type of jiu-jitsu where you
what, the ecological?
Yeah, so just go sparring from now on. It's like the ecological approach.
Constraints-based games.
So instead of having a gym and calling it open mat gym, I'll just call it ecological gym, and it'll just be fucking coming in
ecological without the constraints. Yeah. It's just literally just
sparring
the whole time.
Just call it sparring gym. Fuck it. Sorry, back to...
No, it's all good, man. So yeah, like, following on from what you're saying, people were turning up for the whole first about hour of the class, like coming in gradually.
Really, yeah?
Yeah. So we probably, when the warm-up started, it was me, this Neville fella from the UK that's a black belt, and then there was one purple, and then a group of white belts. And then gradually through the class, a couple of blue belts showed up, another purple belt, another black belt. The coach obviously showed up at one of these points whilst we were warming up. So yeah, like, you know, a lot of the times when I'm away on holiday, I'll go to like these lunchtime classes, and it will either be an open mat or it will be a class, like when I was in Portugal, it was like classes that were predominantly white belts, because it's like, same as if you go to our place on a lunchtime, it's like a bit of a shallower mat. That's what really shocked me about this place, and like it seems to be par from the course having looked at some of their photos afterwards, but like on a Wednesday lunchtime you had 3 black belts on the mat, and then, like, you know, it was a deep mat for a lunchtime class. It's like, for a small little island, like, you know, you probably found it when I was out in the Canaries, like some of the gyms are a bit newer, you know, there's not, you know, you will have some higher belts and stuff, but you don't really have that like deep mat of like higher belts.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair with the couple I trained in. There was, that's fair.
But it shocked me anyway. It caught me a bit by surprise that going to a Wednesday lunchtime you'd have a mat this deep. All the stuff he showed was like different Spider Guard and lasso variations, which was.
You wouldn't mind that.
It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
There's loads of stuff that I've used since coming back. Like he was he wasn't like a small guy, but like smaller built, and it was really guard focused class, and there was some really cool stuff in there. And then we did rounds, and this was an eye opener for me, bro. 7-minute rounds were their standard there.
Fuck that. I mean, in no-gi, maybe I'd fucking... No, even, do you know, what am I talking about? No, I don't like a 6-minute round.
Like in the gi. And it was really good fun, really good friendly rolls. Like there was a blue belt over there that actually, he's from Madeira, but he lived in London for his like schooling. So he'd been training at RGA for about 5-6 years. He was a good roll. We had a really good roll. We did some drilling together and had a good round. There was a purple belt competitor that I had a good round with, and then the coach called me out for a round, which was really fun, because like he was letting me work until he wanted to completely shut me down, and then would like go back through what he'd just done to like.
Yeah.
But like what I've kept finding was being so used to doing 5 at best 6-minute rounds was like I'd have a good first 4.5 minutes, and then I would just begin wilting for the final 2 minutes or so of the round, and it really made me think like, because since I've come back from injury, I haven't really been as big on my conditioning, like.
Yeah. Well, you're trying to build up to it slowly. You're actually doing it the correct way.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to give you a lot of praise for that as well. The way you came back, because you came back super quick, and I was actually worried for you. I was like, dude's going to get injured again. He's back way too early. And like, I don't know if I had said it to you after, or to you at all, but I was thinking it. Maybe I'd said it to someone else or something about you. I was thinking, fuck me, I hope, because like I was like, fucking hope something doesn't happen, because do you know what I mean? You're just back, like, and the way you went through it, man, I was like, after like 5 or 6 weeks, I was like, I have to give that man a pat in the back, like, because he's fucking smashing it, like, and you weren't rolling fully either, because we had a roll in one of those times as well, and I was like, I was fucking terrified of fucking doing something injured, so I was like, let's just fucking go, we were going our 60-70%, like, and it's fucking grand, like, instead of going 80-90. Like,
I do probably 90% of my rolls at that pace now, and I feel like it's better for learning, honestly. I think that's been a big turning point that's come out of this. But
I've been trying to slow things down myself, to be fair, but it's it takes a certain kind of, I don't know, I'm enjoying certain bits now, and I was trying to play guard a lot, yeah, and I kind of do bits of it now, but I haven't set myself the goal, which I really actually need to go back and do, because I still feel on my back I'm fucking useless, and I think I need to get these guard games.
This is what I was saying to you, though. If you don't enjoy playing it, like,
I don't want to be that much of an incomplete. I don't want to call it a fighter, but whatever.
Incomplete
player, jiu-jitsu player, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Jiu-jitsu.
But on the question, you were just saying something there, and I had to write it down in case you were wondering what I was doing. Because I'd forgotten it.
Social, to be honest, bro.
I'd forgotten it while you were talking, and I didn't want to butt in like I normally do, because it was like I always butt in, and while this man is going off on something, and I probably ruin his flow.
No,
but do you think, like, when you train away, and you pick up certain techniques, like that for some reason they embed more in you, like, do you know, like,
bro, yeah, I know what you're saying. It's like, do you, like, let's say you've done a, let's say you've the average level of retention when you're doing a class somewhere that isn't your home gym is a little bit higher, if not. And when you're on holiday or in somewhere where you, I think your retention is higher away from.
I think it imprints more.
Yeah, I'd say the retention of the material of the lesson is definitely higher when I'm elsewhere.
Yeah, I have two things, like two of my like, especially recently now, really recently. Yeah, I should really give the shout out, I suppose, like Angelo in Carlson's, like, he taught it's a way to pass from De La Hiva, like, and I use it every fucking class.
What, passing De La Hiva? Yeah.
But even like it actually works other ways around. It works like, it kind of works other ways as well, because it's all from headquarters, and I like headquarters position in the gi, and it fucking, man, I swear to God, everybody, my passing has leveled up, like, in the last 6 weeks, my passing has leveled up immensely. And he taught the same. I was another away day, 2 away days at Carlson's, like, about 5 weeks apart, and they were still doing the same sequence in the 5 weeks later, or 4 weeks later, and they done the same thing, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. And the next week I went to Matt House, I was like, boom, pass. I was passing all these people, pass. I was like, fuck me. And then because it works, and you remember that the retention is more, because you're like, oh, this fucking works
straight away.
So, and I think, like, obviously, I don't remember, like, I'm very bad. Like, it's not a slant on our coaches or fucking anything like that.
No, you just got shit memory, bro.
Yeah, and
yeah. Like, I'd say 2 things off the back of what you're saying, right? One is that, like, if you're used to, like, both you and I have been training with Dom for over 5 years now, around 5 years. Like, I know
2020, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is the 5th year that we've both been members of his gym, right? Like, you get used to kind of not the same techniques, but your coach is teaching in the same way all the time, right? So sometimes just shaking that up by having a different teaching style can make something stick a bit better, because you're like, you know, it just, the way they say things or something, it just, you know, it's not what you're used to. So maybe you listen a little bit more acutely or whatever, but it makes it stick. It makes it stick better. The other thing, which I think as well, is like, if somebody teaches something which straight away fills a gap in your game, that is like, it's the same. Like sometimes, like, like there was one class, right, where it was just me and Mouse on a morning class, right, and with Dom, and he was
like a private.
Yeah, and he was like, "What do you want to learn?" And I was like, "At the moment, I'm actually working on like finishing from the back." I think we talked about this on a previous one.
Yeah.
But anyway, me and Mouse got an hour with him, with him showing us different arm trap sequences and different finishing tips from the back. And like, all of that has stuck massively with me, because it was like, right, straight away I was locked in, because I knew. So I think it's a twofold thing. But yeah, I definitely find when I'm travelling away, I have a little bit more retention. Things do stick in my head a bit, but sometimes it might be just that they're showing you something that your coach wouldn't necessarily teach. But yeah, just to round out that Madeira thing, it's Icon Gym. That's based in Big Body Gym, but the jiu-jitsu team is Icon Madeira. Fabiano Silva's the black belt, and shout out to Neville just for being really welcoming. Yeah, really friendly guys as always. Like they didn't
charge.
They didn't offer. I offered, and they wouldn't accept it. And I had the euros on me, and the guy was like, no.
Yeah.
Had a phenomenal round with Fabiano himself. We've had back and forths on Instagram a bit since. Just
that's fucking cool.
Me working my best Portuguese and using Translate to fill in the gaps. I was actually surprised, mate, when it comes to jiu-jitsu, because of Brazil and stuff. Like when somebody is teaching a technique in the body parts and stuff, I know.
Yeah.
So like,
fill in the gap.
My knowledge of jiu-jitsu combined with my real basic Portuguese, I was actually like, I can follow most of this. And then every now and again he'd say something, and I'd be like,
what the fuck is that?
Man, I've got no clue what that. I'd tap the guy next to me, like, what's he on about? But yeah, no, really welcoming, really friendly gym, really traditional in terms of kind of their. It felt like it felt no different to when I was training over in Brazil. Really, really good quality of jiu-jitsu, and would highly recommend. There's nothing more to say on it other than just a great bunch of lads, and like we always say,
I actually that might be Madeira, might be a place I might give a fucking shout out.
I'd highly recommend it. Like it's the sort of place you could take.
I'm getting older now, and I kind of like the more relaxed kind of a holiday. I know I'm still a pisshead, like, but you know what I mean. But you know, if there's one Irish bear there,
there's definitely at least one, bro.
Yeah, because I was in Poland, obviously, for the bank holiday weekend, and I didn't get
Krakow, right?
Yeah, I didn't get the chance to train. Obviously, we'd said previously that I was going to train, but it just didn't fall right around the schedule, you know. Like
both of us have been to Krakow, and neither of us have trained.
And it was because I went at Easter.
I got is it Unity that they've got?
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. There's a couple of them. There's actually 3 or 4. There's an MMA gym as well, though, and there's something else. And I think
but Unity's like
the proper one,
big jiu-jitsu gym, right? Yeah.
Like Tom Lucas had been there, and Ariel as well.
They've both trained there.
They both trained there at the same time.
That's cool.
You know. But yeah, so I didn't get the chance there.
Was it what? Because of Easter, like everything closed
everything
down?
was closed, man. And it's like, for Slavic places I've been, like, I don't know, man. Maybe there's better parts of Poland I need to, because, you know, I will see another city or two in Poland, but I'm a firm believer of not going back to places I've been. But like, I would go back to Prague. I don't think I'll go back to Krakow.
Fair enough. Yeah. Like, I get it. I
don't think it's very deep.
I really enjoyed our time there, right? We did about 3 days in Krakow and 3 in Katowice, which is where my mate's missus is from. We went over with them, and I would honestly, like, I was not the same reason as you, but I planned to train at Unity. I'd messaged them and everything, and the Friday before we flew, my knee started locking. That was before that was like the beginning of the abyss, the beginning of the knee issues getting really bad. So I ended up not going, but I will be honest, it massively exceeded my expectations, and I had a wicked time, but I feel like I have done everything I would have done in that city. Yeah, and I think going back there would purely be to go train jiu-jitsu, which I can do anywhere.
Yeah. Does that not
maybe
stop bringing you back?
Go on the piss and maybe go to the shooting ranges and that.
Yeah, I missed the shooting ranges.
Which is fun, but like those are things that you can do in any other kind of Polish cities, I'd have thought. Yeah. So you might as well, like you say, go see
somewhere else,
see a different one. But yeah,
I heard Warsaw is supposed to be an absolute dump, by Polish people.
Who talking about by Polish people?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's people from Krakow that I know.
Slide that little disclaimer in.
Yeah.
Wasn't me that said it, guys.
I've never been. I can't fucking say
Or,
like we're trying to organise an away day to Limerick. Obviously, kind of fell apart because it was like it was actually the same amount to go to Amsterdam for the bank holiday weekend as it was to go to Limerick. And like I'm from Ireland, and I think Limerick's a bit of a dump. And my missus listens to this; she's gonna fucking kill me. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like fucking Stab City, whatever. You know. But great place for jiu-jitsu though.
No,
you know?
yeah.
And like to be fair, look, there's things to see and everything. I'm being a bit harsh, like, but it's just when you're the other side of the border, you have to give the neighbours a bit of a.
I've never been, and obviously I listen to Blind Boy's podcast a lot, and he always, he's done a few where he talks about the history of Limerick as a city. So I'd be keen to.
We might try and get something in the tank because I've.
But yeah, definitely not flying out over a bank holiday
No,
weekend
man,
because it just made it extortionate, bruv.
For 1,200 quid, like, and you could have went to Amsterdam for the same price and trained in that big gym that's down there, like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
our week in Madeira for the two of us weren't far off that, bro.
yeah,
Like-
I know.
like-
yeah, it's ridiculous. Like,
You got to put it in the context of things.
and like, because there's nowhere in Tipperary to keep people for jiu-jitsu, and my missus is obviously from. Excuse me. My missus is obviously from Limerick, so it ticked all the boxes. Like, she'd be able to go home and see our people. We get to train. We could all go out in Limerick, you know what I mean? And it like, cause it is a good nightlife city, you know, and you know, so we'll see. Pending DJing, fucking away day, fucking international pending.
Away day has to be done.
But yeah, I did another away day as well.
You done what? You've done a couple of Carlsons. You done.
I went to Impact. Then obviously I said Jimmy, and shout out to Dean as well. Dean actually it's fair funny interaction. I know people don't know the two people, but like Dean is like used to be powerlifter. He's fucking solid dude, nicest man you ever met. Doesn't drink anything like that. Fucking soundest dude you ever met. I've spoken about him before. How you know, I knew him from the forums, the weightlifting forums, and he helped coach me at my first jiu-jitsu match when I went on my own. But he broke his rib, or I think something with his rib anyway. And he still rolled. Like, I still had a round with him. Like, this is how much of a hard cunt he is. And he rolled with Rob. If you know Rob, we're going to actually have Rob on the podcast next, hopefully. It'll answer a lot of questions to this story as well. Like, Rob is a unique character. Like, he's fucking savage guy, you know what I mean? And I hope he comes across as good in the podcast as he is in real life, because he's an absolute gem, like. But Rob and Dean had the round, and after the round ended, Dean went, "Jesus, thanks, Rob, you know, you were really good to me. You didn't do anything to my rib, you know." And Rob goes, "What? There's something wrong with your rib?" You know, which is pure up. If he knew, he probably would have knelt all over it. Not really, but you know what I mean. It was funny as fuck, and it was just good, because when Dean told the story, obviously it was 50 times better. But yeah, he's coaching at Impact now as well, and he's enjoying it. So shout out to that, and you know, shout out to all the guys down there. It's a great time. We'll have to get you down there.
I'll make it one day, brother.
Yeah.
I'll make it one day.
It's like maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also then I was at.
Where was I?
Huh?
What? I had something. There was a reason.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't like a thing. Like, I think you were doing. I think something.
Yeah.
You know, personal or something like that would come up. You know,
something social, no doubt.
But myself, Bobby, and Lucas then went to Asim's place. It's just after opening up there. It was before the official opening. It was kind of like just a kind of a trial thing, I think, to see
50-50 submission grappling in High Wycombe. Yeah.
Yeah, very good, man. I swear to God, it was like walking into Madhouse. The guys that were there that day, everyone was sound. His brother was there, and just sound guys. The fella that runs the actual gym, I think it's Phoenix Gym, could be wrong, hopefully I'm not butchering it. He's A1, and he doesn't do jiu-jitsu at all.
He runs the whole gym, and then Asim's got mat space within that gym? Or?
Yeah, so what they do is they have the puzzle mats,
mm-hmm.
and they have a massive area that they just clean out and put the puzzle mats across.
They have to lay them out every session?
Yeah, I think so. So it's
like,
because I was talking to Lucas about this, and I was like, do you know what it's like? It's like do you know when Dom started? Yeah, like most people you start in community centres and stuff, and you know, obviously they'd hire the space and put down the mats, and then they'd have to pick them up and go away. It's no different really, but like...
Bruv, like when I trained up north, right, when we first trained, we had a permanent space in the back of a boxing gym, and then they were meant to move gyms and keep the jiu-jitsu program as part of their gym, but then on the day that we were meant to reopen, they were like, to Casey, the coach, "Oh, by the way, you can't have a space here." So then he was left scrambling looking for a gym, and in that interim we would rent a selection of different community halls, and just the blue PE mats.
Yeah.
Those rectangle ones. We just chuck those out and then put some like benches or something to stop them sliding apart.
Yeah.
And we just have to do that for a few months whilst Casey found his permanent gym, which they're still in.
That's SBG Shropshire, isn't
it? Yeah. They're still in not exactly the same location, but one of the units next door that's a bit bigger.
Shout out to Matty Blount.
Yeah,
he always listens. Messages the page.
He's still listening. He's a good lad. I know a few of them still listen. They message me now and again. I'm in. I think it's June, either June or May. I'm going to be up there, and I've said this about 6 times, and I've never changed. But I'm going to be up there for a whole week this time, so it's not just a weekend. Like it's a 3-hour drive, right? So if I'm just there on a Saturday to a Sunday, so it can be tough for me to sneak off from my family to squeeze in some jiu-jitsu. But if we're up there for a full week, I've got no excuses. So
I'm going to go about that one.
Yeah, we'll definitely get that in. But yeah, no, it just reminded me of what you were saying. So sorry, they've got the puzzle mats that they put out in the Phoenix gym.
But like the guys that were there that day, like there was a couple of guys from other gyms as well, and everyone was sound, man. It was like I had some really great rolls, and like it was like all flowy and smooth. Like it was, I swear to God, it was a really good day. I think I was really feeling my jiu-jitsu at the same time, even though I was kind of getting dominated. But asking myself for sound, he's texted me 3 or 4 times, and I feel like a bit of a bollocks because he said, "Oh, we've been up Matt this Sunday." I was like, "Or we've not met, or do you want to call on?" And like he actually messaged me, and I feel bad because I haven't gone, but like we do plan to go, but we have so many places to try and cover, man.
You've got to take me over there for sure. And the thing with High Wycombe, it's only half an hour up the road.
It's the same as going anywhere else.
That's what I mean. So it's not like a.
Because like when I book these time off, like not book this time up, but like say to my missus, I'm going to go away for an extra few hours, like, because it is like it's the weekend, and that's you're supposed to spend, like, you're doing jiu-jitsu all week as well, like you're supposed to spend a bit of time with your other half, like, so it's not always we go away days, but like getting one in a month is kind of like the kind of goal, even though it doesn't always happen. And I think it's probably going to happen fewer and fewer now, because like big announcement, Matt House, the greatest gym in Reading, the greatest gym on the planet. In my own little teary eyes, but we have an open mat at the end last Sunday of every month, so we want to see you showing up, like guys.
An actual open mat, right, where it's free for everyone. We've spoken about that before, but it's all affiliates. You
need to sign a waiver, lads, though. That make sure you click the waiver.
He said he's going to try and get a QR code on the desk that you can just scan, so you don't have to go through the app and everything. But for now, you do need to get the Mat House app or the Team Up app.
Yeah, because like we have a great gym, lads, and you have great gyms as well, and I think that's why everyone we know we get on with. Like
this Sunday, the one that me and you were at, the one just gone, was the best open mat I can remember there in an age.
And there wasn't even people from another gym there.
Was there not anyone?
I don't think so.
I feel like there was 1 or 2, but
no. Yeah. It was, not my mind anyway. But like I think we're going to try and make. I think if the Redden comp is over before June, like before that Sunday, we're going to try and make it a big thing. I've already spoke to the Impact lads. I think a few of them might be in. Rory and a few lads from Carlson's might come on. Obviously Lucas will be game. He's always there, So there'll be maybe one of the lads from Henley as well. So there might be, we're going to try and make this open mat like a good representation of our gym, and a great way of showing, like people that know us or don't even know us want to come on and have a good crack, like with great people. Like anywhere we go, Carlson's, Impact, 50-50 leg lockers. Even Jay Butler's, we went there one time, right? No one there has ever tried to take the head off anyone. These are respectful gyms that hold proper open mats with proper.
Check Matt Taurus.
Taurus as well. Sorry,
Got to shout out the other. Sorry, I was there on Bank Holiday Friday. It was good vibes, mate. Again, nice open mat, free for all.
Because you hadn't been there in a while, hadn't you? To be fair, I haven't been there in a while.
Probably a while, yeah. Honestly.
Because you were there at the start.
I was there before it had actually officially opened. We did it then, and then I went with Lucas. I've been once with Lucas, I think, just after my knee surgery, but it was when I was in the first 8 weeks or so of recovery, so I wasn't rolling super hard, and it's quite good to go back there feeling my jiu-jitsu a bit more, and being able to be like, no, I'm not just the limping around guy cheers. So I actually have got some techniques, but
And shout out to them as well, because that is a great gym, small space, but
Spot.
really good mat, really good people as well. Like they get high level people as well, you know.
It
like
wasn't included in the edit for the bank holiday weekend. But I'll let that slide. I'm not salty about that at all.
Not salty.
You did some really cool jiu-jitsu that day. I was like, not even a feature. Wow.
Ken needs to take some electrolytes because he's losing a lot of salt.
Bobby's got a starring role.
Pretty Bobby, you have to put that man on camera.
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
I guess if you're trying to market the gym, who are you going to put in front of the camera? Him or me? It's an easy choice, eh?
But yeah, I must actually give a shout up there again as well, because it's been a minute. Like, but yeah, you know.
Other than that, I don't think you've been on any bigger trips away, have you? Because like you say, the Krakow one didn't go to plan, and you've done a few Carlson's trips, but
yeah, I think like I was actually there's Lee that has these he has his own gym. He used to be a member of Impact. He's looking to come up the podcast. He's actually going to come to us. So
really?
Yeah. I actually didn't speak to you properly about this. I messaged you, but I didn't.
You alluded to something, but yeah.
Because
is that Lee Iverson?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm not sure exactly how to say it. That's why I didn't say it, because I'd say Iverson, but it probably could be Iverson. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I've said both to hedge my bets, bruv.
Yeah,
so.
you're fine. Yeah,
Oh,
but
all right,
he's
man.
super fucking nice guy.
Oh, that's it. Where's he open? You say he's got his own gym?
I think his is called Shropshire.
Shropshire.
Yeah, obviously butchering them Irish. Give me a break. But I think that's his gym, or else that's where he trains. But nice little mat space. Yeah, he's teaching a few techniques and stuff. You know, so.
Is it in Shropshire?
Mate, I don't fucking know.
You mean Wiltshire?
Maybe Wiltshire, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Because I was going to.
Sorry, I got messed
Shropshire
up
from what I was saying.
You were saying. Sorry, sorry, Lee. Fuck me.
So
man, I'm butchering it.
Wiltshire is where Impact is based. The city of Salisbury is Wiltshire, and then I was going to say Shropshire's a bit of a trip for him to come down to us, but Wiltshire's a bit more reasonable.
No, because he's only down the road, and he said, so I'd be thinking maybe if the Sunday went well, the next Madhouse open mat or whatever, he could come up, we train with him, and then maybe record a podcast after.
Oh, we could fucking go to his spot, train with them, and then record afterwards.
Yeah, leave him travel the hour and a half.
To be fair, I say that as someone who's never made...
And you're not going to drive,
someone who's never made the trip to Impact.
Let's go.
No, it's fine.
It's like us saying we're going to continue to make the podcast every bi-weekly.
Oh man, we're doing all right. Once a month's good for us.
Yeah, at least we get something out anyway.
Yeah.
But fucking.
Oh, so he's coming up and coming on. That'd be good.
Yeah. Well, that's someone that's going to come to us, so that's going to happen. I have an idea for stuff that I'll talk about behind closed doors. I have kind of a good idea for a series of podcasts to do, but I won't allude to anything more.
You won't spoil it. And something else I was going to ask you about on today's. Oh, the rash guards. Yeah. How's the sales of the new lot?
I haven't advertised them.
Oh, wow, that's classic. That's classic. Right, the best.
I have them about.
You've got the best ones yet, and you've not. And because you had them, they'd arrived when we did the last recording. So that's about 4 or 5 weeks ago.
I'm very bad though. I haven't even done my away day post for Triton BJJ, and that's fucking 3 months ago, and I meant to do that, and so. And I keep meaning to do it.
That ship sailed, bruv.
No, I can still do it, but it's because I have to give him a shout out. I've decided as well, from now on, I'm going to buy a rash guard at every place I've trained, and I'm actually going to try and message the places I have trained out for, and I get rash guards.
See if they can send you one.
Yeah, I want to have a rash guard from because I'd like to have eventually when I have my own gaff, I'd like to have a little bit of mat space because I will have a place out the country.
When you have like a big shed in your back garden, you turn it into a pub. And you have all the different football jerseys and stuff. Yeah, if you have your own little mat space, have all the different rashes up,
be cool, wouldn't it?
Be quite sound, man.
Yeah, because I have the treaty one, I have a Triton one. I'll have to get a Taurus one, a few bits and more. But the Madhouse one, I have the old Madhouse logo as well, so it's kind of cool as well.
Yeah.
So,
some of them might not sell them to you, bruv. They might not want to associate their brand of jiu-jitsu with you.
Well, it's it's only me asking. I'm sure they'll want to make money.
So I've seen you roll. I don't want you wearing our merchandise. anyone thinking you learned your jiu-jitsu here.
And do you know what the fucking funny thing is? Yeah, you can say that because I have never tapped you. It was going through my mind again, and I was like, am I ever going to get close?
I'm so bad as well, mate. That must really weigh on your shoulders.
It's not.
I think you might be the only person at Matt House that's not.
Hardly. I hate the way you're looking at me right now.
I'm going to let that thought sit with you.
Because I don't know, man. we were talking about learning stuff the other day, and stuff sticking in your mind. Aidan, shout out Aidan Kid, fucking partner since you've left to the morning classes. I've kind of been training with him a lot since he came back from college as well. Taught me cow catcher. How after 5 years, we'll say, not really fucking full training 5 years because COVID, whatever, but how after 5 years, front headlock is my fucking jam, yeah? How the fuck am I only learning about a cow catcher?
Do you remember it?
Yes, mate.
Okay,
I
fair.
can't
Well,
wait to fucking... This, see, when I... Fuck me, man. Because Dom... I was actually rolling with Aidan in Nogi, and Dom had showed guillotines and a takedown from guillotine and a way to finish guillotine and stuff like that. And obviously guillotine's my jam. I'm fucking in. I'm super fucking focused. Boom, let's go. And I took Aidan down and had him in the guillotine, and I couldn't fall into mount because we hit the wall. And Dom was telling me to sweep him because he's showing me this sweep, obviously, where you kick him over. And I couldn't kick him over because the wall, we were against the wall and my head was at the wall, so I can't kick him forward. So I was like, yeah, that's a nice thought, like, and maybe if you're black belt you know how to kick him sideways, but like, I'm a fucking dickhead, yeah. So, and I was like, then he goes, Michael, swing him this way. And Dom's shouting me instructions at me. Obviously it doesn't happen. And then he goes, Aidan, make him pay. And it was just blurred out because I didn't listen to him. And Aidan proceeded to fuck me up, you know what I mean? But
that's
was,
very Dominic.
Yeah, it is like, make him pay. He didn't listen to me. He was like, why do you never listen to me? I was like, I do know what you're saying, but I'm just fucking incompetent, like, you know.
Remember one similar thing with Dom, with Danny Mouse. It was like when I was doing that period of 8 weeks working on back control, I got his back, and his defense was just fingers, like, so I was like, right, I'm obviously squeezing through the fingers, but I was on his back and I didn't realize I wasn't properly under his chin, so I was kind of squeezing his fingers and his teeth and got the tap. And Dom was like to Mouse, like, well, that'll teach you not to have a proper defense in that position. And then, like, in the same, after we'd reset, I kind of whatever happened, a Mouse was on my back, and like, it was the same thing, and it was like 30 seconds left on the clock, and he's like, good, now Mouse, you squeeze his teeth. It's like the duality of man, it's like, yeah, like
or the turntables.
Yeah, it sums him up perfectly. It's like, you know, you're never his favourite, but if he can get you to inflict pain on someone else, he's gonna do it.
And he'd be smiling, that little laugh he does at the side, then, like,
cheering it on. But yeah, that's really all that's been going on my side. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, Taurus Bank Holiday Monday was Bank Holiday Friday was a good one. Definitely want to get more sessions in there. It was good to meet some more of the crowd that I hadn't met before as well. Good to see Ivan again as well.
Yeah,
some it's always, that's the thing with Taurus. It's always some old and some new faces. Hey,
yeah,
because enough of our old teammates have moved there.
Yeah,
and then there's always the new people that are getting into jiu-jitsu, or the people that Andy knows that he's brought in from further afield. It's like, yeah, it's always a nice vibe. And Matt House has been popping off as usual.
I'm really happy for this open match though. It's like, I actually couldn't believe it. Like, it was like fucking Christmas came early or something, like, because like, we always go to other places, and like, I would stay more in my home gym if people were willing to come to us, but sure,
I've been mithering him about it for a long time.
Yeah, he don't listen to nobody though. He's going to do things he's going to do things when he wants.
I'm going to take completely unjustified credit for it, but yeah.
I miss gyms. Like, thank God now we can show off our fucking great gym to other people. Like,
I think that's kind of what, you know, where you give like someone a little bit of crack, and then they're like, oh fucking hell, mate, you got any more of this? Like, you give them a little bit of something good to start with, and then they're like, oh yeah, actually I quite like that. And then it's like, well, sorry, sir, if you want more, you've got to pay. It's good business. Good business. Like,
you ever smoke crack?
Fitting for the neighbourhood.
Do you ever smoke crack, kid?
What?
Do you ever smoke crack?
What a question! How dare you?
It's not a no. And as I said, Crackheads are out for summer. Crackhead summer, people.
Welcome to West Reading. Crackhead summer has arrived. On that note, play it to your nan.